I thought of making a video before time today because I might have some other activities at that time in the afternoon. Okay. It's kind of a rainy day today. It might rain. Looks like that. It seems yesterday night also it rained and I couldn't hear it, or I just didn't know that it rained. So you never know, it could be raining after a while. So let me make a short video today. It's holiday time for everybody, and the activities that we do in the last week of December is more like informal. It's not formal, right? So today's activities, but I didn't want to stop to making a video. Whenever possible, you can make a very short video at least, which is about 5 minutes. Yesterday's video was 30 minutes. So I was thinking, where is 30 and where is 5? So what if you could make a video that is 5 minutes? How would it be? So today I was just casually thinking about friendship, because in 2023 probably I plan to have a friend circle. I was just thinking about that, and then it came to my mind, so who are your friends? How many friends do you have? I've never had many friends in my entire life. Well, very few. You can count them, and the normal it could be that a lot of that is the difference in my character probably, and it's based at the fundamental thing that I have insisted in making friendship is like, I have to find something similar in the other person so that I get attracted to them, and then think of friendship, which I believe, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but because of that I've never had many friends. But that doesn't mean that I am not in good terms with people. I am, but friendship is a totally different thing. So how many friends do you have? You have quite many. Like all people that you have in your social network platforms need not be your friends as such. So the first thing is that you need to know what it is. What is friendship? Is it like the classmates that we have in our schools, in our college, in our hostel, in the roommate that we have? Are they all friends? Or is it totally a different thing? What exactly is friendship? We need to know that. So I was thinking about it, and for me, I think now at this age my definition has changed. My idea of what are friends, or who are friends, what is friendship, is totally different. So I came up with this idea that friendship is about having people whom you can trust. Trustworthiness is the most important attribute of making friendship. You cannot have people who cannot be trusted as friends. So the first and foremost thing for me is trustworthiness. You want friends, you need to have people whom you can trust. You don't want people who can be bought by others. Like in today's world, as you grow up as adults, you'll find so many people who can be bought by others, at different prices. So you don't want to have friends you cannot trust, which means that you tell them something and it goes from person to person. You rely on them and make some choices, and later you see that person has jumped from here to another place because somebody else has probably bought that person. So you don't want such people in your circle. You want friendship. Always have people you can trust. That's the first requirements of friendship. For me, I don't know, for you it can be different. Make a note of what kind of friendship you want, what are the attributes that you look for. I don't believe in natural friendship in the sense you meet someone and they help you in doing something and you just get friendly with them. That is not the kind of friendship I'm talking about. I'm talking about friends forever, in the sense who help you out, whom you can relate with, and who knows your likes and dislikes, who knows about your positives and negatives, and they genuinely help you out of it. And obviously you can trust them. If you cannot trust someone, don't ever have them in your friendship circle. I think you're going to regret that. So that's one point. Coming to the next point of the same thing, in the sense about friendship. So tell me how many friends you have. It's not about quantity when it is about friendship, it's about quality. Obviously you want friends who are in some ways and many ways good for us, right? And you have to be good for them. You don't want people. So that brings us to the second point, which I made a note there. Since I've decided that 2023 I'm going to extend my friend circle and try to genuinely be in touch with them, get in touch with them, and make the social network connection stronger than how it has been for me the entire life, I would say. So for that, friendship is very important. Okay, so getting back to that, let me tell you, one factor is obviously trustworthiness. Second factor is people who energize you. You want people in your circle as friends. Those kind of people who actually energize you, who stimulate you, and obviously not people who drain you inside out. So watch out on that attribute as well. It's very important in the long term. With some people, you spend a very short time, you have a conversation with them, you get a feeling that you are drained. I don't know for what reason. Is it that the topics they are addressing with you, the conversations that you're having, is it about other people, is it the gossips, or what it is? I don't know. It just feels like you have been drained. You spend a little time with such people, it feels like you have been drained for no reason at all. So that is okay, in the sense it's a part of life. We have to have those kind of conversations as well, but that doesn't mean you have such people in your friend circle. Never. You're going to regret that again. So the first is trustworthiness. I believe I just made a note of it and I wanted to share it because that is what I'm looking towards in 2023. So the first is trustworthiness for me. The second is I want people as friends who don't drain me. It could be that they kind of are nagging, or they want to pull you down all the time. You can't have such people as friends. Can you have someone as a friend who always tries to bring you down, who tries to pull your leg for no reason at all? So that's the second part of it. Have people as friends who energize you, who stimulate you, who uplift you, and never people who drain you. You don't want them. Okay, so that's the second point. Coming to the third kind of friends, which for me is very, very important when I talked about stimulating, right? You want people who stimulate us as friends. So that brings us to the learning part of it. You want people as friends from whom you can learn something. It's always a give and take. Though they say it's about giving, I don't believe that any relationship can be blindly about giving. And when it is just about giving, it has to be unconditional. And I don't think friendship is based on that. So for me, it's very important that it is give and take, and there is something you get to learn from that person, having them as your friend. It's a give and take. You have something to give them, they learn something from you, and obviously you are learning something from them. So those are the three essential points which I just made a note. when I said that I want to have more friends in 2023. Friendship is so beautiful for to begin with, and it's not just beautiful. You kind of grow by the kind of friends that you have. You can say a lot about the person by looking at the friends they have, the kind of people they call friends. So don't never ever confuse friendship like the casual meeting of people. You meet with somebody and they help you out, and you have them in your social network platforms. No, that is not the kind of friendship I'm talking about. There also you have the option of adding them or just unfriend them and remove them from your list, but that is not the kind of friendship I'm talking about. I'm talking about the serious kind of relationship or friendship where you are elevated in some way. You can trust them. That is a first thing. You can trust them. When you can trust someone, it means a lot. When whoever it is, when you know that you can trust them, you can just be open to them, and there are so many other things which just works with that, isn't it? So trustworthiness is the basic thing before you have someone as your friend, and building upon that, you want people who don't drain you out inside out. You want people who uplift you, who energize you. We all want energy, so be with people who will contribute to that and not drain you inside out. Okay. And the third factor obviously is you want it to be a give and take relationship in terms of learning. So you want to be able to learn something from them in some way, and vice versa, they could learn something from you. So that's my idea of friendship. What's your idea? Ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about it's not about how many friends do you have. Like yesterday I was watching video of Sir Ken Robinson, and it is a video which I have missed for about 6-7 years now. I've been searching for that video. I don't know, I really liked it. So but then it just got missed. It just got faded away from YouTube list, and I could never find it. There are some videos which just abruptly gets deleted from YouTube, and I spend all my hours searching for it, and then you don't find it, and then one fine morning it just appears in YouTube like this one. And there are some other dance videos as well which just faded from the list, and though I had saved it in my like videos or in separate folders, I couldn't watch it. So this is one video. So just like you have the habit of asking how intelligent are you? We are very familiar with that. People ask how intelligent are you? But this video, the title of this video is how are you intelligent? And it makes a lot of difference, and I really liked it. So the same thing applies to friendship. Don't ask how many friends do you have. It's not about the quantity of it, it's a quality. What are you looking for as in terms of quality when you talk of friendship? What kind of friends do you want? What do you expect out of that relationship? That's the question. And that's a question I've been trying to answer, because now that I've decided I have to, because I learned that having friends is like an investment. It builds up. See, people so many times I've spoken about independence, but then I have also at the same time spoken about interdependence. It's never like it's not like you can. There are people who are isolated and who live alone, but that is not the kind of life you want, right? You want to grow, you will have to depend on other people. You need people, and having so many people doesn't mean that they all are your friends. Friendship is totally something different. It's not like you have some people in your circle and you just take help from them. It's not like that. That is casual acquaintance, probably. That's a word you can use. But friendship is totally different, and it's about how do I say that? It's about having people whom you can trust. These three attributes which I just mentioned have to work together none of them can just be omitted because you don't want, you cannot. Like Warren Buffett had said, that integrity is the first thing that you must look for before you hire someone. Integrity. It is not about the skills. Skills can be, you can teach them, but integrity, these qualities which is deep rooted, you cannot teach those qualities. That has to come with them. So I have been thinking on that. So the same terms you have to think about friendship as well. So let me correct myself. Let me not ask how many friends you have. It's none of my business, and it's just not important at all. What are the kind of friends you are looking for? And what does friendship mean to you? These are two important questions, which sometimes we ignore. Friendship, every other relationship is based on friendship. So many times we are so confused because they say that courage is the basic thing. It's the fundamental thing. If you have no courage, you cannot build any other character quality. You cannot. But at the same time, so many times we say it is honesty. You have to be honest. Honesty is the first chapter. Without honesty, you cannot practice any other virtues, they say. So let me ask you, is it honesty or is it courage? Or is it something else that you have in mind? Is the fundamental, is the first thing in the book of life which you want as a virtue? What is it? Is it honesty or is it courage? Anyway, you have to think on in terms of friendship as well. Without saying, every other relationship is based on friendship. If you are not good friends, you cannot be good parents. You cannot be good siblings if your relationship is not based on friendship. You cannot be in good terms with others around you if it is not based on friendship. So some of the qualities of friendship has to reflect in every relationship that we have if we want to call it healthy. I believe so. I always say, whenever I want to have a relationship with anybody, even if it is romantic, let's begin with friendship. Let's begin it with friendship, because without friendship, you cannot build on anything else. So the basic, the first stone that has to be laid, the foundation that has to be built is based on friendship. So you want to be friendly with the other person, which means that it is not about the expressions that you have, that you portray in the relationship. It's not about how you show it. It's rather about how. It's rather about the qualities that you insist in. In the sense, it's like you want trustworthiness. You have to be trusted if you want to build a relationship. That's the first and foremost thing, as I said. And you don't want people around as calling them wife, as husband, as your father, as your mother, brother, whoever it is. You don't want people who drain you inside out every time you talk with them and hang around with them. You don't want that. You want relationships that energize you. You like to go to that kind of relationships. You have a talk with them, it feels so great. It feels like you had a very bad day. You come back home and it feels so good. That's a kind of relation. That kind of relationship you want, but you are not getting it. That's because it's not based on friendship. It's not. Somebody who is bringing you down all the time, somebody who is waiting to pull your legs down, somebody who doesn't value you when they talk to you, how can you say that those relationships are based on friendship? They are not. That's the reason. So I insist in having a relationship that is based on friendship, where the respect is given and taken, and where the admiration, probably it may change, but whatever it is, you need to be trustworthy. You need to be someone who energize and stimulate. And when it comes to stimulate, obviously you want to learn something from them, and you have something to give back to them as well. So those are the kind of friendships that I look forward to in 2023, and I hope and pray that God will grant my wish And when you have good friends, like the kind of friends that I'm talking about, I tell you, life is much easier, because it helps you to grow, because they know you so well. You can trust them that they know you, and that their choices and their suggestions and the kind of conversations that you have generally is made on based on good intentions, and it will direct you in the right way. It will not just hold you back. It will not be like you are being buried somewhere where you cannot grow. So you don't want that kind of relationships. So before making friendship, have an idea of what you are looking out of it. What are you expecting from that? That is worth it, because friendship is something like it's an investment, and you don't just blindly invest in something, do you? Before buying a plot, at the basic, you want to buy a plot, definitely you're going to go through every detail of that plot, and you as well check on the neighbors, and you check on the water availability. You check on various factors before buying a plot, do you or not? So that's a kind of investment. It is an investment, and usually we don't blindly invest in anything. We rarely. That's another topic which we can talk about. Every topic that we discuss here, it's going to be in the light of psychology, and that's how I like it, or philosophy. You see, you want to talk finance, I cannot talk about finance because that's not of my interest. Because I don't know, I've never felt that I'll be good in that area, talking about money, though I believe that that's a different topic. Let's not confuse going there, okay? So whatever it is, it's going to be discussed in the light of psychology and philosophy. So when you're talking about investment, I can tell you, people don't ever make investments blindly. Before buying anything, they think about it. They want all the details about it. They just don't run into something and, I'm going to buy this plot today. It looks so nice. I have the money. I'm going to buy it. Have you heard anybody doing it just because they are so rich, just because they can afford it? They don't do it. They want to know every tiny bit of the details before investing into it. The same way, let me tell you, the same way is investing in friends. It is an investment you are talking about. You want to make friends, it's an investment. So don't just blindly jump into it. Have some rules, and have some ethics, or whatever you call it. You want something, before you make friendship, you want to know what is that you are talking about. What are you talking about? Like before getting married, we hardly ever know that what do we want out of it. We just get married. Is it for sex? Is it for children? Is it for safety, security? Is it for monetary benefits? Why do you get married? Is it to please somebody else? We hardly ever think about it. Is it because of the age factor? We don't think about it. So the same way, we can talk about that some other day, okay? Now that I've got a platform to share my thoughts, and it's a part of my chamber activity, I've said that, so I truly take it seriously, and it's like you can do it with fun. Have fun in what you're doing. How good is that? Okay, so we're going to talk about marriage some other day, don't worry. Other than that, let me now close this on the note that friendship is an investment. So before you make an investment, read through the rules and regulations of it, which is framed by you, not somebody else. Don't give the pen and paper to somebody else to frame the rules. You are in charge of your own friendship. So if you have friends who cheat upon you, who drain you every moment, every talk that you have, it is obviously because there's something wrong in the regulations and rules that you have put for your kind of friendship that you want. So you just have to change it there. And if you have relationships like husband, wife, father, brother, sister, anybody for that matter you cannot get along with, it feels like you're drained inside out every time you are with them, that's because it's not based on friendship. So you connect this with that. Simple as that. These are all not theories, I'm not reading it out from anywhere. It's all what I have inside. It's a kind of theories which I follow in my life. and it's a lot about experience. I think that it will help some people if they are interested in that, if it works for them, if they are having some troubles there. I'm just sharing it because it helps me. It helps me talking, and that's the reason I show up and I do this, because it's kind of a practice for what kind of life I'm looking towards in future. Okay, so take care. Today is a super productive day. It's Monday, though it's vacations, I know, just we are in the vacation mode, but whenever I get time, if I get time, definitely I'm going to show up for 5 minutes and share my thoughts with you. Okay, have a good day.